You know anything about
Right
that
now, I'm getting with Mo, trying to get some extra lifts in and trying to get my conditioning up, definitely. So I'm not going to travel this weekend. I'm going to stay and get a couple workouts. So we're hoping for Texas Tech next Wednesday.
Next Wednesday? Okay.
Yeah.
Is that better for you to go do it on the road, you think? Or?
I mean, road, home, whatever. I'm pretty excited. I'm just whatever role I can expect. But definitely more gives me time to catch my breath and try to get some strength on me and, make sure I'm ready to contribute and not just rush into it too quickly.
What have you done to stay in shape? I know the best you can.
Oh, definitely. I was getting in some shots with a couple of our managers. They'd rebound for me, but you can't really imitate practice or games. So I was definitely just getting some sprints and just trying to make sure my shot was, adequate.
How much of a relief is this, to know that you're going to be back out there playing to just...
Oh, definitely. There? It's a great relief. It was one of the things that would keep me up, the hope of rejoining my teammates and getting back on that basketball court. That was one of the things that, I was hoping for and looking forward to once this thing got resolved. But definitely to just have normalcy in my life and to be able to have basketball back is really something I'm excited about.
Does it feel like normalcy's back right now?
Oh, definitely. Just able to get into a routine of, going to practice and having weights and whatnot. Having all that free time just didn't seem normal to me. And just to have such an important part of my life gone was definitely difficult.
Probably going to hear it from opposing fans anytime you go on the road. Are you prepared to deal with that?
Oh, definitely. I think that this long 4 months or whatnot of going out in public or whatnot, and I can read what people would say about me. People would judge me, and some people had some harsh words for me, and I've grown and I really developed strength, and I don't really pay attention to that. So
what has been your response to people that have had the harsh words?
I mean, everyone's entitled to their own opinion. I mean, they didn't really know anything about the situation, and I'm not really worried about people who necessarily don't affect my life directly judging me, who aren't my family or my friends, people who have shaped me to the person I am. So, I mean, they can just talk and say what they want, I guess.
What happened that night?
What'd you say?
What happened that night?
I mean, I did everything right. I didn't do anything wrong, and I'm just glad that the truth has finally come out.
Would you have done anything different now looking back?
I mean, maybe, but I think everything happens for a reason. Mm-hmm. I've grown a lot. A lot of good has come from this situation, although a lot of people might understand, and I think it's helped me. I've grown a lot, so this is something I can take the rest of my life, whether it's basketball or life. I could just, use this situation for obstacles that come all past the life.
How have your teammates or coaches helped throughout this process?
Oh, they definitely have been great. I mean, it was tough to, publicly support me when charges are so serious, but, whether it was a text here and there or, wishing you were out there with the team and seeing my guys and them just, praying for you, bro. And, those are my good friends all the time. And to be separated from them as long as I was difficult. But, they had my back, so that really helped me.
Bubu, what's the biggest thing you want to bring to the team the rest of the season?
Definitely energy. And I think that when I come back, it will definitely help Corey a lot because he's playing so many minutes that he can't probably pressure the ball the way he wants to. And, I mean, he's going to play as hard as he can, but the way he's playing minutes, I'm sure he has to manage himself a little bit. So just to make sure that he's fresh and definitely just give him a break and try to be another person and create easy shots for some people is definitely what I'll try to bring.
What was your refuge doing during all this? I mean, studies, was it, because I heard other comments you talked about when you were out in public, you felt eyes kind of on you. What was the thing you kind of went to keep yourself, right this whole time?
I would definitely lean on my faith in God. There are a lot of Bible verses out there that would, renew my strength or just allow me to just trust Him and have faith and just believe that He would see me through this ordeal and I would come out a better person from this. And I've had a great family. They supported me throughout this whole thing. So I definitely say my family and my faith.
What's your relationship with Spencer Cruz?
He's a childhood friend of mine. We grew up playing AU basketball, baseball, all sorts of sports. And then we separated a little bit more when I got to college because, I'm busy with basketball or whatnot. But even after his first ordeal, I supported him. I knew he made a mistake, but that's not a reason to hide from my friend. I knew, especially now that I know what he went through, I'm really glad that I stood by his side.
Is it over now?
I would hope so. I hope that, I can move forward in my life and develop new chapters and just move on from that.
Where are you? What are you, junior? What are you? I don't even know.
Redshirt junior.
Redshirt junior, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so you got another year left after this, and you'll be back next year. And all
Definitely.
That stuff.
So will you be graduating this
year?
year?
No, I'm going to spread it out a little bit. I kind of followed Scott Christopherson's plan. We had the same major, finance, and he did a nice job of spreading his classes throughout because basketball can be a little tough in I'm hitting my 400 level finance classes, so I kind of just like to spread it out a little bit more.
So that graduate transfer option wouldn't even be available to you?
Yeah, no.
What'd you learn about yourself and maybe the way the world works, the way people think sometimes throughout all this?
Well, definitely throughout my life, I would say that I've always been in positives, and I've never had anything really negative happen to me. So it was definitely a change for, you know, people who have always supported you your whole life to maybe, you know, shy away from you. And I definitely didn't know how strong I was because I've never had a struggle to that level. You know, I might have, you know, little problems just like everybody else, but nothing to this magnitude. So I definitely learned how strong I was and how great my family was just to support me and to hold me through, and just how great my faith was.
How much did you talk to Coach Hoiberg over the last 4 months?
My personal preference. I didn't really like to talk to a lot of people. I just kind of held to myself. But he would definitely just call here and there because he knew I kind of wanted my space. But he would check up on me probably weekly, and then a couple times I'd go watch practice or whatnot. So I'd be up there. You know, he'd just give me a little heads up, like, hey, and, you know, ask how things were going. But he definitely just wanted to give me my space, but just for me to know that he was supporting me.
Last question for Bubu.
If you allowed yourself to think about that first second or that first trip to the scorer's table, you know, to get back in there and to...
Oh, definitely, because right now I'm on a little comeback trail with Mosier, and, you know, he's been told, you know, to push me a lot. And my motivation to get through those tough times when Mosier, it doesn't seem like I can, is definitely just imagine myself getting in there and so I can prepare myself to help my team the best of my abilities.
Thanks, Bubu.